Under chaos, most people collapse. They react, panic, overthink. But the Stoic doesn't. The Stoic slows down. He doesn't run from the noise, he observes it. Not to get pulled in, but to remain above it. The world today is not made for peace. It's built to provoke, distract, overstimulate. Everything pulls at your attention, your emotions, your time, notifications, headlines, conflict, all of it demanding a reaction. But the Stoic teaches that you are not obligated to react. Peace isn't the absence of noise, it's the refusal to become part of it. Inner peace doesn't happen when the world calms down. It begins when you do. So the first rule is this: stop expecting the world to give you calm. It never will. What you control is how you meet the world. You control your breath, your mind, your choices. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." That's the fortress, and it's one you build, daily. So when the storm comes, you don't fight it. You anchor yourself beneath it. Chaos can't shake you if you don't give it permission. The second rule: master the gap between stimulus and response. Most people live in reflex. Something happens. They react. Someone insults them. They explode. A problem shows up. They panic. But Stoicism teaches you to insert space. Space to choose. Space to breathe. Space to remain sovereign. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't owe the world your energy just because it demands it. Every time you pause before reacting, you're reclaiming power. You're reminding yourself, I am not a slave to impulse. In that space, clarity grows. The Stoic is not emotionless. He's emotionally disciplined. He feels the anger rise, but he doesn't serve it. He feels the fear, but he doesn't obey it. That's the difference. That's power. In modern life, where outrage is currency and overreaction is the default, stillness is rebellion. Silence is strategy. Choosing not to respond immediately is no longer weakness. It's dominance. Not of others, but of self. And that's the only kind of control that lasts. The kind that begins inside and radiates outward, unshakable. The third rule: detach from what you cannot control. This is the cornerstone of Stoic peace. Your energy is finite. Every moment you waste on what's beyond you is a moment stolen from your strength. The Stoic draws a hard line between what's his and what isn't. His thoughts, his actions, his. The opinions of others, not his. The outcome of every situation, not his. He focuses only on the input, his effort, his mindset, his discipline. The rest? Let it burn if it must. Most anxiety comes from trying to own what was never yours. You want people to like you. You want outcomes to go your way. You want certainty in a world that guarantees none. The Stoic says, release it. Let go of your obsession with results, with validation, with control. This is not weakness, it's intelligence. You'll breathe easier when you stop gripping what you were never meant to hold. Control the controllable, abandon the rest. That's where your peace lives, in the freedom of surrender without defeat. The fourth rule: build routines that protect your peace. Stoics didn't wait for calm to arrive. They created it every day with discipline. Peace isn't a mood, it's a practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote each morning in his journal to prepare his mind for the chaos ahead. That wasn't luxury, that was survival. In a reactive world, rituals are your defense. Morning silence, breathing, journaling, reading philosophy. These aren't trends, they're tools to sharpen your thinking and anchor your spirit before the world can shake it. Your habits are votes for the kind of person you become. Every day you rise early, you choose intention over impulse. Every time you put your phone away to read something timeless, you choose substance over noise. These aren't grand gestures, they're quiet rebellions. The world pulls you out of yourself. Discipline brings you back. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent rituals. They're how you fortify the mind, build emotional armor, and walk through storms untouched. Peace isn't passive, it's earned through rhythm, repetition, and refusal to break. The fifth rule: don't absorb energy that isn't yours. Chaos thrives on reaction. It needs your participation to survive. But the Stoic understands that just because someone throws fire doesn't mean you have to catch it. Emotional boundaries are not walls, they're filters. You can hear the noise, see the chaos, witness the drama, and still choose not to let it inside you. You are not a sponge, you are a gatekeeper. Not every opinion matters. Not every insult deserves your response. Not every problem is yours to fix. There's strength in walking away, not in weakness, but in wisdom. The more reactive you are, the more controlled you become by others. The more selective you are with your attention, the freer you become. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion." That's not indifference, that's sovereignty. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. No reaction, no explanation, just stillness. Chaos can't feed off someone who gives it no fuel. Your peace is sacred. Protect it like it's the last thing you have. The sixth rule, remember death, and live accordingly. Memento mori. The Stoics meditated on mortality not to be morbid, but to sharpen their clarity. You could die tomorrow. You could die tonight. That isn't dark, it's liberating. When you truly accept that time is finite, your tolerance for nonsense vanishes. You stop chasing petty arguments, shallow praise, and false urgency. You stop wasting days reacting to a world that barely knows your name. You begin to ask, what actually matters? Inner peace doesn't come from comfort. It comes from alignment. Are your actions aligned with your values? Is your energy going where your soul wants to grow? When you live like your time is borrowed, everything changes. You speak less, but mean more. You need less, but value more. You rush less, but move with purpose. The Stoic doesn't seek to escape life's storms. He simply refuses to drown in them, because he knows the clock is ticking, and peace isn't found someday. It's forged, here, now, in how you choose to live today.